This is a good way for me to transition into the transfer testimonial because our next speaker is actually a speaker that was actually one of my former students. So talking about, how hopefully all of you can come back. This is a very, again, treat for myself. And I'm going to introduce our next speaker. Elizabeth Iribe is a Mexican immigrant marriage and family therapist, MFT. Elizabeth immigrated to the U.S. at the age of 17, which was a life-changing experience as she neither spoke the language nor understood the culture. Upon completing her last year of high school, she started at Cerritos College in 2002. And during the first year, her father suffered a major stroke that placed him in a vegetative state. She juggled her college course load, a part-time job on campus as a peer counselor in the counseling office, and family responsibilities. With the guidance of professors and academic counselors, she was able to attain her associate degree in psychology. In 2005, she transferred to California State Long Beach, where she earned her Bachelor's of Science in Psychology with a minor in Spanish. Consequently, she got admitted into a 2-year MFT program at Cal State Long Beach and graduated with her Master's in Science in 2009. Elizabeth spent the next 6 years at 2 community agencies providing mental health services. I'm not trying to make you cry, Elizabeth, before you get here, but okay, I'll gather myself. Elizabeth spent the next 6 years at 2 community agencies providing mental health services and completed her 3,000 hours toward licensure. In fall 2014, she decided to further her education, and 5 years later, she is graduating with a doctorate degree in couples family therapy, actually this Sunday. Currently, she works as a psych social worker at Kaiser Permanente in the Center for Healthy Living Department, where she teaches stress management classes and runs support groups. Elizabeth enjoys traveling to experience different cultures. She loves to spend time with her 3-year-old son, husband, and her 2 dogs. And I'm happy to say she defended her dissertation 2 weeks ago, and she passed. So now I am happy. It is my greatest pleasure to introduce one of my former students, Dr. Elizabeth Iribe.
Thank you, Marvelina. Thank you so much for extending this invitation. 19 years ago, I permanently moved to this country from Mexico without knowing a word in English. Maybe, what's your name? My favorite color is blue. 17 years ago, I began my college education here at Cerritos College. 14 years ago, I was proudly sitting here where you are, ready to transfer to Cal State Long Beach as a psychology major student. So good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to all transfer students. It is my honor to be here, and I really want to thank Marvelina Graf. She was, I took her for her counseling class where after that I became a peer counselor. So thanks to that class, thank you, Marvelina. I also want to extend a thank you to Dr. Duff, who's not here today, Dr. Young, and and Counselor Raul Valenzuela, because I was part of the EOPS program. So I remember my first semester here at Cerritos College. I was terrified. I had just completed my senior high school year in Downey High School, and I was freaking out. I didn't know the language, and I felt really lost, having a lot of self-doubt. And I experienced a lot of challenges. As Marvelina said, my dad had a major stroke, which was very challenging for the family. I was working. I even had to drop off one semester, working a part-time job. So it was very difficult. So how did I succeed at Cerritos College? Well, approaching professors after classes with my broken English, just running after them, trying to give them hugs because, that's what you do as a Mexican immigrant. You just want to touch people. How else? I did spend long hours at the tutoring center. I pretty much lived there at the tutoring center, pretty much, getting help with all my essays and every writing assignment. I remember that some nights I wouldn't sleep much trying to do my papers, essays. It would take me very, very long time to complete my assignments. And one of the key aspects that helped me succeed at Cerritos College was taking advantage of the resources, going to the transfer center, going to the career center, and as afraid as I was, waiting for my professors and talking to them. After that, I went on to Costa Long Beach, and as I was sitting there, I was very emotional because I know a lot of you are going to Costa Long Beach, right? And a lot of you are transferring a psychology major, so it was just very emotional for me to hear that. And how did I succeed at Costa Long Beach? I did the same thing, right? I chased after professors. I went to the career center. Took me hours and hours to complete my assignments. When I would have to do group speeches, I would get mini anxiety attacks, and now I'm here doing this, and it's very exciting. So the last semester, I was about to graduate from Cal State Long Beach, and I said, well, what am I gonna do now? So I went to the Career Center, started doing research, and I found out about an MFT program. What is that? Marriage and Family Therapy, right? So I said, okay, I want to help people, so I guess I'm going to do that. So I went on and obtained my master's in Marriage and Family Therapy. After that, I took 6 years off. I became licensed working at community agencies and just different jobs. And something was, on the top of my mind was telling me, like, you need to go back. Because ever since I was 18 here at Cerritos College, I had a dream to one day get a doctorate degree. But, I went on with life. I got married, but I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I went on, and 5 years later, I'm completing a doctorate in couple family therapy. So, thank you. Thank you so much. And during the last 5 years, being married and just having a lot of responsibilities, working full-time, going to school full-time, it's been challenging. But something that really helped me get through was having a good support system. And that's my advice to you. Have a good support system, reach out, right? We cannot do this alone, reaching out, right? But the most important thing I want to say today is what will get you through life is do something that you're passionate about. I would not have done it if I would not have been passionate about. The last 5 months have been extremely difficult for me. 3 months ago, I lost my mom. And getting my doctorate degree without her is the most painful experience that I'm undergoing right now. But what got me through my last semester, just being passionate about my career, which was helping people, helping the community, and just holding on to that dream that I have. Okay. So now, as a mental health therapist, solution-focused approach, I want to give you a few tips, okay? So you have to be passionate about what you do, but you have to be realistic, right? Write it down. I'm solution-focused, so you have to write it down. Use your agenda. If you want to use your phone, then use your phone. But write it down. Have a plan, right? Where do you want to be in 10 years from now? You want to look back, and where do you want to be? Okay? Also, when you experience challenges, and you notice how I say when, because life happens, right? And you will experience challenges. So when that happens, you're going to have a choice. What are you going to do with that challenge? All right? Are you going to learn from it? It's all going to be about your perspective. So attitude matters, right? And it's painful. Some of these challenges that life will throw at you could be very, very challenging, and it's not easy. So during your journey, remember that it is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay for you to experience your emotions. It is okay to cry. I've been crying a lot the last few days. So I was like thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna cry, but just getting a little teary. But pretty much that's it, that it's gonna be all about your perspective in life, what you do with what comes your way, okay? But just remember to be passionate, and one of my favorite words as an individual and as a therapist is be genuine. Be true to yourself, okay? Thank you for having me.